I've been thinking about Henry David Thoreau for a while. I quoted him in my valedictory address upon graduation from high school, although I don't recall which of his many quotable lines I used. A few years have passed since then. Thoreau didn't know Krishnamurti, of course, but I suspect Thoreau would have appreciated this line from Jiddu Krishnamurti. Quote, "We all want to be famous people, and the moment we want to be something, we are no longer free." End quote. Specifically, I'd bet Thoreau would appreciate the part of the quote after the comma. Quote, "The moment we want to be something, we are no longer free." End quote. Most of us want to be something. We seek validation from others. This seems to be a defining element of human beings. Olin Bruce, a certified educator at eNotes, states, quote, "The three things of greatest importance to Thoreau were philosophy, nature, and then parenthetically the love of nature and the study of nature, and freedom. Truth, of course, is an essential part of philosophy, as are reading and writing." Relevant definitions of philosophy from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary include, first, philosophy is a discipline comprising at its core logic, aesthetics, ethics, metaphysics, and epistemology. And second, the pursuit of wisdom. Let's turn to Thoreau for his own explanation. Thoreau writes, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear. Nor did I wish to practice resignation, unless it was quite necessary. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to put to rout all that was not life, to cut a broad swath and shave close, to drive life into a corner and reduce it to its lowest terms." End quote. Thoreau lived 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days in the cabin he built on the shore of Walden Pond. Recognizing my own limitations as a carpenter, I lived off-grid in houses built by professionals. I spent 10 years living off-grid, first in southern rural New Mexico, and then in western rural Belize. I turn again to Olin Bruce, the certified educator at eNotes. Quote, Thoreau concludes his conclusion of Walden with the belief that the resurrection of humanity will occur. He speaks of the life within us that is like water, that is about to rise higher than it ever has before. He then speaks of a new and wondrous bug that came out of a wooden table belonging to a farmer after the bug had burrowed in the wood for untold years. He feels that people, like the bug who was long buried, will arise out of the dullness of society. He likens the dullness and deadliness of society to the stifling layers of wood that surrounded this bug, and states that people can find their way out of this wood to find something greater. While he does not think every person will realize the greatness of which humans are capable, he feels that a brighter and longer day will eventually arise on Earth. End quote. Contemporary evidence indicates this brighter and longer day, if it is destined for Earth, will need to occur in the absence of life. The supernova of our nearest sun will be the likely source of our brighter and longer day.